Okay, right now we're going to do some training on editing this particular site. It's a WordPress site, and we're going to show you how to log into the back end. We're going to show you how to edit pages, edit some slides, change menus, and a lot of other things. We'll probably break this video up, but right now it's pretty small because I want to record this in high definition, so you'll be able to see it real clear later. If I go full screen, you won't be able to see it. So right now we're starting off on the home page, and we have a WordPress property search widget. Then we have a moving AZ. We have the content of the home page. This is your content area. Inside of your content, we have these three pictures. Right now this links to Property Search 2, which is your advanced search, which shows your mapping. This one links to your lead capture for what's your home worth. People fill in the information about their house and then hit submit, and you capture their information. Right here we have featured listings, which is this particular website's the corporate office, what listings the corporate office has for this company. Below here we have other individual featured properties. These are all handwritten in. We can create pages, we can delete pages, we can have four homes showing here. We can expand it to 8 homes and so forth. Down here we have your contact information for the first widget. Second widget is just a little hype about movingazrealty.com, or Moving AZ Realty, the company. We have latest tweets, which we're going to set up once we talk with the owners and get the latest tweets API set up. This is for creating a portal with a Flex MLS. They'll be able to log in, they'll be able to sign up, create new account and so forth for customized searches and saved searches. So whenever anybody comes to this particular home page, if they already know that they have saved searches, they can just scroll down to the bottom, go to the search widget, and click login and log into their information. On top of that, anybody that signs up becomes a lead, again captures the lead for a person that's looking to buy a home, and that information is sent off to the owners, Moving AZ Realty. So let's go ahead and go to login. The first thing that you do for a WordPress site, for all WordPress sites, is type in the domain name /wp-admin. And that's standard for all WordPress sites. Click enter, and you'll see that the admin box will pop up, your login box will pop up. And then it's going to take you to the back end, the dashboard. And this is where you can create posts, you can add agents, you can add properties, delete properties, you can have partners if there's a widget for the partners that are on your page. On this particular one there's not. Media is all of the images are throughout the site. Links, you can add new links and so forth. We're going to get into that later. We're going to add links through the posts and pages. Okay. To distinguish posts from pages, pages are something that you create, and you create a page. A post is for a blog. All right. These are always used in blogs. Now you can use them for different things. You can create pages out of posts. However, you don't want to. Anytime you create a new post, it goes into your blog category, right? So you don't want to deal with that at all. So just stay away from posts. Anything that you're going to do, you guys are going to do on pages. You can control comments. You can add, you can spam comments, trash comments. You can edit comments and so forth. In this case, this particular one, you can see that this is a spam comment, and there's probably a link back to their site or something to that effect. In this case, Lloyd Budd is actually the person that created this theme, I believe. So you don't really need to do this, but you can just click trash and it puts it in the trash rather than allowing it onto your website. You'll notice as time goes by, you're going to get comments on some of your pages that, or whatever, and you can just trash it. Okay. Contact. This is your different forms. We have a bunch of different forms. You have the Dream Home Finder, where you can find your own home, buyer's request form, the contact form, which is on your contact page, etc. And so, what's your home worth? That is another form that's on that particular page. Okay, so each page has its own form. A lot of times you can use the same form on different pages if you wanted to just change things around a little bit. But in this case, we have it segmented out, so each form has its own particular information. Appearance. This is the only time you're going to really mess with appearance is to go to menus, and this is where you're going to add and edit your menus. Let me open up your site real quick. So these are your menu items. All of these things, the drop downs, the main pages, all of these things are your menu items. So let's just take short sales for right now. I'm going to show you how to edit that particular page. I'm going to scroll down to short sales. Now to change the name, you're not going to change the page, just to change this name right here. On the left hand side, you change the navigation label. Alright, navigation label. Now, I'm making a mistake on purpose. Okay? The mistake is that it's lowercase. So we're going to go back. Anytime you make a change, you have to refresh the page that you're viewing it on. So this looks totally out of place, right? So now we can go back and just change it again. And anytime you make a change, you have to click Save Menu. Okay? So we'll go back to this. Put our cap blocks back on. Short sale. Short sales. Click Save Menu. And go back again and click Refresh. And you've changed the menu. Now you haven't changed the page. The page was the same. If you would have clicked on it on foreclosures, or if you would have clicked on it while it says short sales, it still opens the same page. The only thing you're changing is the navigation label. Okay. The other part about this, now we built this on a theme. However, we custom built just about everything. So if you actually looked up the Real Home theme, just to show you, I'll go to that real quick. Click on Live View. You can see that the way that this header is right here, the boxes are about the only thing that's the same. The logo is set up here, all this information up here, this over here. This whole thing is custom built. So we custom built that. And you can see that there's a separation between this. There's a background that slides across the top. The navigation labels are in the center from top to bottom. They're centered. And then we've got your logo right here. And then we've got the phone number over here. So it's completely different than what is on the actual theme. On top of that, this particular theme comes with this slider, which just has a simple box for the description box. And this is describing every particular home. In our case, we wanted more control, and we wanted to be able to put different labels up, more call to actions up. This doesn't allow that to happen. This just talks about the homes. Okay. So on yours, we have a custom slider, and it's hard to see right now because I've got this zoomed in, But Moving AZ Realty comes up here. We can change this to say whatever we want. We can have other images pop up. If you had this image pop up that shows the home interior kitchen, you can also have images that pop up over this that show the front, and then have another pop up that shows the back. So they'll see the interior, the front, the back, and maybe the pool or some kind of specific shot. You can add these images in, and I'll show you how to do that stuff in just a minute as well. Okay. For now, let's go back to the theme. Again, I wouldn't change any of this stuff. The favicon is the only thing that you are going to change. You can see I have this red box up here. This over here is a favicon. This is a favicon to the left of the title on the page title. Okay, so I have this particular favicon right there, but you can change this to be whatever you want. If you want AZ up there, again, you're working with a very small imprint. I mean, it's really tiny. So a standard picture of a home or the front of a home, just the graphic, not an actual picture, would do well up here. That's just some words of advice. Now plugins, we have all kinds of plugins for this. Well, actually, we don't have a whole lot, but this is something we'll get into. Connect to Twitter so we can get the API done. That's something I have to talk with the owners about so we can log in with them to get this latest tweets set up on that homepage widget, or actually on the footer widget. This will be on every footer. So anytime a post is made on Twitter, it will show up here, and you don't have to go to multiple locations to make that happen. Okay. Revolutionary slider, that is this custom slider that we have set up right here versus the standard slider that came with that theme. Close that out. Mortgage loan calculator, this is a plugin. All of these things are plugins. The mortgage home calculator, we can go to buyer's page, and I'll show you what that looks like. This is the mortgage home calculator. So we can type in whatever amount is, $475 for the home. We've got a 30-year mortgage, and you're paying 4.5%. Click calculate. Okay, this plugin kind of gives you a cool little thing where it pops up and shows you the schedule, the payoff schedule. And so you kind of know what your payments are going to be throughout the whole thing. Excuse me. Okay. It also darkens out the rest of the page around it. This is another plugin right here, the Search Properties plugin. This one is for Flex MLS. This is the WordPress plugin. So people can put in their information, click search, and all the homes are going to pop up over to the left. Okay. This is your featured properties. Right now you can see that there's 3. That is the same amount. Those are the same featured properties on your home page. Now again, these are hand put in, not like your search engines. Okay. When you do searches for this, obviously being in real estate, you guys know how the searches work. This gives you a search and shows the results. Now on this particular site, we have 2 different kinds of searches. We have the WordPress plugin for Flex MLS, and then we have an advanced search. Just to show you the difference real quick, I'm going to type in Awatsuki. I'm going to click search. It's going to take us to the properties page, property search page, and it shows a listing like this. It shows the image over here, all the detail information right there. You can click on the image to enlarge. You can click on view details to get more information, and the page will pop up with the information on this site. Has your images right across here. And scroll through. Pretty cool little setup, honestly. Shows your price, location, legal stuff, property description, realtor marks, remarks, and so forth. Okay. Very clean, very nice layout. Let's go back to, well, so that was following that particular search. Now we're going to go back to the home page. Now we have an advanced search setting which shows maps and more information. And that's this button right here. We have property search. That's going to show the Flex MLS detailed search. This search versus the ones that laid out and were very wide, took up the whole screen width-wise. But you have property search right here. And here you can type in Awatsuki. Click View Results. And this gives the same information but different layout. Okay. Also on this one, people can like it. They can click to mark this one. I'm not logged in right now, but when you do have a login, this is what will show up. So at any rate, you can click on this and say, I like this one a lot. I like this one, it's okay. I don't like this one, don't show it on this list anymore, and it'll remove it from the list. Okay, so if you have a list of 100 different homes, of course this will kick those homes off that you don't like. All right. Enough about the common real estate stuff that everybody knows. Sorry about that. Go back to plugins. There's some of these plugins in here that you won't actually use. The WordPress IDX plugin, that's that one that was on the side of the buyer's page. Actually, let me stop this. Oh, too late. It's this one on the side of the buyer's page, and it's the one that's laying horizontal on the home page just below the slider. Okay, that is the WordPress IDX plugin. You won't need to worry about this. WordPress importer. Hello Dolly is a simple program, or excuse me, it's a simple post for your blog. It's the first blog for any WordPress site that ever comes up. Flex MLS IDX, that is the more advanced portion of that, which is this advanced search, which pulls up that detail that we were just looking at. Which is this search here. Now don't delete any of these plugins that I put in. You'll need them. Duplicate widget means I can duplicate widgets from one page to another. Duplicate post means I can take one page and repeat that same exact page. And so that's a shortcut of creating pages. So just to show you how that works real fast. Now normally you'll have your page and it'll say edit, quick edit, trash, and view. In my case, I have clone and new draft. So we can take one particular page. Let me take the, let's see here. Let's go to the search page that I have set up. So this particular page, home search, actually, you know what? There's no content in that one. Let's see something here. Meaning there's no content in it, it's just a search box. Alright, let's just duplicate the home page. And I'll show you how to create a new page as well in just a minute. So the home page has this information in here, right? That's already in the page, and that's in the content area of a page. So what I'm going to do is go back to the beginning, go down to the home page. First I'm going to open it up so you can see it. This is the code that's written in here. You guys won't need to do that. What you'll want to do is go to click visual. So you can either do the visual or the text portion of it. And you can go in here and change any of the words that you want to change, and then click update. If you want to preview the changes that you make before you do that, let me just cut this out. So currently the home page has this content right here. If you want to cut that out, we can just click preview change. Now it's going to open the home page again. and show you what it looks like after I've made that change. So it shows you that that's cut that out. Now I can update it, click update here, and it'll permanently do that. However, I don't want to do that, so we're going to click paste, bring it back, click preview change, and it's going to show you that that information is back in. Okay. Now, if you make a mistake and you don't want to change anything and it's too far, it's too late, the only thing to do without clicking update, the best thing to do is just click on pages again and start over. Okay? And that way no changes are made to it. So don't click update, just click back out, and then you can go back to the home page and go back in and edit it. Alright, so now that we know that what the home page looks like, close this here. This is the original home page. We're going to duplicate that page. So you can duplicate any of these pages real easy. Just click clone, and it's going to come up with a home page copy, or a home copy, or a copy of home. Let's see what it says. So when you're doing this, just go through my different pages that I've already created, and if you like one, just copy that and then just edit the information that's in there. Okay. Go back to the home, and you can see draft. It says home draft. All right. Now that we have a home draft, we can click edit. And we can go in there, type in whatever we want. Name it home practice page. Click edit this, home. Now this is your URL, okay? Notice when I clicked clone, it created a page, but it couldn't name the same URL as home. What it did was put a -2 on there. So you can click OK and just leave it as home-2, or you can change it to the home-practice page. And you can do that for anything. And this is important for your search engine optimization. So if you have a specific page that you've created for short sales, I would put movingazrealty.com/, and here's where you would put find short sales. Okay, and we could just type that out, find short sales. Press OK, and it'll automatically put the hyphens in there for find short sales. Now, when somebody does a Google search and they type in find short sales and click search, your page will hopefully come up. More than likely, it's not going to right now. The site's new. Well, it's too new with all the information and content that's on there. And plus, we haven't driven any traffic to it, not any real traffic anyways, other than just people that may have stumbled across it. So, you know, but that's a part of SEO. Your URL, and then also make your title the same thing, find short sales. But even more importantly, I would make it specific. In Awatuki. And then I would go back and edit this to be in Awatuki. And the reason why, just make sure the dashes go in there real quick. Is because nobody's going to type in find short sales because it's going to show 10,000 things across the planet. But if I type in find short sales in Awatuki and hit search, your page has a much higher chance of coming up than prior. Look, they even have the Google Maps here set up. Make sure that you get your Moving AZ Realty set up in Google Maps as well. And if you don't have that set up currently, we can do that for you. Okay, so now that you understand that a little bit, So we created this find short sales in Awatuki. We can click publish. Before I do that though, just want to check the rest of the content here. Now this shows this messed up only because, again, I'm recording this and I have a very small screen that I'm working with, so I can do the HD. Okay, you can click preview right here before you even publish the page. And because it copied the exact same as the home page, you can see that we've changed the content here. But let's say we want to get rid of this property search and we want to get rid of this slider in one fatal swoop. Let's go over to the template. Now this particular template, each page has a template. Each of the pages that I've created throughout the site has a template. There's full width page. Let me show you what some of these look like. So home search is a full width page. That's where this information goes from one side all the way to the other. And then there's another page. Let me click this one, open it in a new browser. The buyer's page has sidebars with widgets in it, where it has information that doesn't go all the way across the top, nor does it have the slider. Again, this one doesn't have the slider either. It has an image going across the back. And that page that we created, the crazy page that we created, is full width, but it has the slider and it has that search there. So we can change this really fast by changing the template that we've created. You can go to default template, then click preview, and we'll see that this slider goes away and that search template goes away. However, the search widget is here, the mortgage calculator is here, and this is your default setup. Okay. Now if we wanted to see what it looked like full width and get rid of those sidebars, we can click preview. And you can see what it looks like full width. Just like the home page, except it doesn't have the featured properties down at the bottom, the custom ones that you hand write in. It doesn't have the slider and it doesn't have the search function. Okay, so this is more of a content page. And we have a few of these pages throughout the site. Actually, we kept a lot of sites for searchable to make them search, so maybe not, but at any rate, that's you get the idea. Sorry about any confusion there. So you can change the template. Okay. Now, if we wanted to create this page and make it permanent, we click publish. So I'm going to go ahead and click publish. Now if we go over to pages, you'll see first that I changed the name from home draft or home 2, and that is no longer here. Now it's under find. Let me click on this here. Oops, that might have been actually on the first page. Let's see. Find short sales in Awatuki, and you can see that this page is here. Now, excuse me. Go back to pages. From here, you can click View Page, and I always right-click so I don't open up in the same page that I'm working on. I always right-click and then click Open Link in a new tab, so it doesn't mess up the page that I'm working on. If you click View right here, it's going to open it up on this window, and we don't want to do that because then we got to go back to it. And it's not a big deal because that button is right here that takes you back to the dashboard. At any rate, now you can see that this page is published, but nobody can find it. Nobody can find it because it's not up here anywhere. All right. So how do you make a page, put a page in your navigation? Now here's where we go to Appearance, go to Menus, and you can see that this is the most recent page. Find short sales in Awatuki. Now we've created that page. Now you can see down this list here on the menu that it is not located on there. We have to add it to the list. So click check mark right here, click add to menu, and it will add to the very bottom right here. Now you can take this and you can move it here, you can put it at the end, and what that's going to do is move it to wherever you want it to in this top navigation. Now if you want it as a sub-menu item, like this office listings right here, let's say we want it under home search and we want it to have below, we want it to be just below the office listings. So what I would do is, because this is a sub-menu, you click out one. So this is the parent menu, office listings is below that, and then find short sales in Awatuki is below that. Again, click save menu, always save your menu. And now we have to refresh the page. Remember, we have to refresh the page. And now you can see that this has loaded up below that. All right. Now let's say I wanted it to be a sub-menu of the office listings. A sub-menu of the sub-menu. Go over here, drag it out one, click save menu again, and go back over here, click refresh. Now I'm on this main page, but if you're on any other page, it really wouldn't matter. Okay. Home search, office listings, and this pops out as a sub-menu to the sub-menu. And the more you add, we'll just keep growing this list right over here, right over in that location. Okay. So you could add many, many different items as sub-menus. You could take one of the current pages and make that a sub-menu. You could make it a sub-menu of the sub-menu. Okay? If you don't want it to be a sub-menu, just move it back, and it is going to be right in between home search and short sales. Let's go ahead and click save menu, and you're going to see that it's going to push some of your stuff off the page when I refresh this. So home is going to disappear. See, home disappeared because there's not enough room, so it's hiding behind the logo here. You can see home pops up, but you can see that this item is here in fact now. You can click on that page, takes you to the page. All right, it's really that simple. Now I know you're probably going to have to watch this a few times, but that's understandable. So we are going to close out these excess pages, and I'm going to go ahead and delete this as a page. And to do that, you just click the drop down and click remove. But again, if you wanted to change the navigation level, you just change the navigation right here to say woohoo. Click save, and we'll click refresh up here. And the reason it wasn't showing on that other page is because we didn't refresh this. I closed out the other pages. But now you can see that woohoo is on that page. Okay. Again, I want to delete that, so we just click remove. Click save menu again to show that it's removed. And there you go. And so the page is still on in your pages area. Okay, so what we can do is go to pages. Now, how do you trash a page or delete a page? Find short sales in Awatuki. I want to trash this page. If you want to trash many pages, you just select them up here and go up here, bulk action, click move to trash, and then click apply. In our case, we don't want to move all of those to trash. We just want to move this one to trash. So you can either click trash here, or you can check it, and then still again, click move to trash and apply. But just the simple way is to click trash. I should have waited for that to delete out of there, but at any rate, it deleted out of there. It's moved to trash. Now, a good thing about this is you want to move things to trash that don't apply, because search engines will go through your site and scroll and see every page that you've created. If you don't want them to see certain pages, you need to move them into the trash, and that takes it off the sitemap. Now, if you want to delete them permanently, which I don't think anybody should do, really, never delete permanently unless you know that it's absolutely screwing up some of your more advanced things like Moz, MOZ listings and so forth. Then you can go in and click permanently delete. If you messed up, you deleted something, you can click restore. I'm just going to restore this page that I had previously thrown in the trash. Click all pages, and you can see that home 2 has come back here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and click trash on that. Okay, now users. This is who has access to the site. I have set up all of you, Brian, Daphne, myself, let's see, Jake over at MLS, Matt at MLS. This is a coder that helped me out with the IDX, one of my coders, and Tiffany is set up over there. This is actually, it says project tester. This is actually the guy that created the theme. Okay, so you don't need to mess with this. Just leave that there. You could delete it if you want to, but if you do, then you've got to assign any posts that were created under him. Just leave it there. He's never going to come onto your site. Okay, or you can change his password if you want. It doesn't really matter. Okay, tools. You're never going to import information. Settings. I've set up all your settings. Let's see, permalinks. Yeah, post name. So you can have it set up where any page that you create says movingaz.com / whatever the date is, whatever the month is, and then name, so forth. You can see what that looks like right here. I always set it up to post name and then click Save Changes. And this should stay as post name as well. And that's better for search engines. Okay, so just like I said, find homes in Ahwatukee. So don't mess with this. General settings. Here you can have your site title, which is, let me go to home. We've deleted that woohoo. See how that says Moving AZ right up there? Let's change that to Moving AZ Realty. But I also wanted to say Arizona Real Estate Professionals. Now, before I do that, I just want to show you something. We're just going to do a general search right here and show you what pops up. Moving AZ Realty. Okay, this is all it says right now. Oh, that's movingaz.com. Moving AZ Realty. Oh, I just typed it in. Or maybe it's grabbing it from the top sentence. At any rate, before it would have just said Moving AZ. So this is your title and then your tagline right there. Okay. Yeah, it's just grabbing it from your homepage right now, and not mine. That's why there's a period right there. But at any rate, this is where you would create that. Okay, and this is going to be your site title up here as well. Okay, so Moving AZ Realty, Arizona Real Estate Professionals. If I screwed anything up, you guys can come and fix it later. Click Save Changes. And we could talk about more advanced stuff like SEO a little bit later on. Now, I've talked to you in the past about having specific keywords and so forth. Mortgage information. We want to change, instead of it just saying mortgage information or this right here, you're going to want to have H1s which are your H1 headings, title pages. Let me go to that page. So we're done with the general settings now. Go to mortgage information, click edit. So right now there's not even a heading, okay? This is the title of the page that's showing up. And so there's actually no heading on this particular page. So if we wanted to have something, have it say something that would be relevant, you could have it say something like Arizona Mortgage Broker. Now this is the only time that I encourage you to get into writing code. All right. What I'm going to do is do the greater than, less than brackets, and I'm going to type H1, close the bracket there, type in /H1, close the bracket there. Now this H1 says heading 1. Make this statement heading 1. This says close heading 1. If you don't close it, the rest of the page is going to show up as heading 1. All right, the whole thing is going to be big. All right, so this is what it looks like right now. We're going to click update. And I'm going to open this in a new window so you can compare the two. Now it doesn't just say the page information or page label here. It says Arizona Mortgage Broker. So if somebody Googles Arizona Mortgage Broker, you have a strong heading for that particular page. Okay, this is real important. Again, find your homes in Arizona, in Ahwatukee. Find for short sales in Ahwatukee. You want to make that a heading 1, not just the title. You want it to be a heading 1 right there as well. Okay, or something specific. All right, you could have short sales for the page, like we have short sales and a / foreclosures Arizona. That was a keyword that I put in there, is the Arizona. Before it just said short sales / foreclosures, and they weren't spaced out. So even if somebody typed in short sales / foreclosures, they'd have to be one word with no spaces for somebody to find that particular page. Okay. I guess that's about enough. I'm probably overloading you with the information. There's 42 minutes of taping here. Feel free to start and stop whenever you want. Okay, so that is basically the only time you're going to do stuff like that. Go back up here to pages. And we can go into more advanced SEO stuff. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Go into more advanced SEO stuff later. Agents, let me just show you this real quick. Now, when I first set this up, you guys remember that the agents were actually listed backwards. So, go to Moving Easy Realty Team, which shows the agents that are on this. We need to put descriptions in here, guys, so let's get that happening. So let's click on Brian Roberts, and we're going to, here's this image right here. Here's the basic stuff, the email address, the mobile address. You put office number, fax number. You could have links to your Facebook. This particular one doesn't have that set up because, let me go to, where did they have that? Because we don't have your information yet. I forget where that was on the particular theme. At any rate, it should show on this. Down the right-hand side, it'll show your Facebook link, your YouTube link, your Twitter link, so you can have all that stuff. And you can, if you have too much in your description, it'll do a pop-up and you'll be able to see the more information as well. Okay, either it's down the side or down at the bottom. There's your link buttons. Now, what I was saying before, there is a publish date. So the last one to be published, the most recent one to be published, is the one that's going to be at the top. So if I went in right now and I edited Kathy Martin's page, over on the right hand side, there's a publish date. Now, if I edit it right now, it's going to put today's date in. And then what it's going to do, and I click update, then what's going to happen is Kathy is going to go up top. Here, she will now be in first place. Now the fix for that is to go ahead and edit Kathy's page, but make sure that you edit her date to be back before the other people's dates, okay? And then you can click update. So she'll be the last one that's posted, okay? Foreclosure video, I don't know what this is exactly. Let me click edit. We can probably delete this out of here. Yeah, this isn't anything. Don't know exactly what that is. Sorry about that. We'll delete that page. Trash it. Okay, so you have your list of realtors. Just make sure the order of the edit dates is later than the one prior. Okay, and make sure that always Brian Roberts is the most recent one, and then Daphne before that one. Okay. If we want to edit the agent and enter information, here's where you'd enter that information. Click update, and now we're actually on this page, but what we want to do is click back one and go to the list and then click refresh. You could have clicked refresh before, but okay, so here's where the information is going to go about Brian or about each agent, right above the contact information ultimately. Okay, and then you can click more details if it's overloading the area, but just a few taglines, and make sure they're keywords. You know, put in keyword sentences like the best Ahwatukee realtor. You know, so now Ahwatukee realtor is the keyword. The best Ahwatukee realtor in Arizona. You know, it's something that I'm exaggerating the point, but something that says that's what is. Okay, and this becomes a keyword. Again, there's a lot of SEO stuff we can do. It costs money, it takes time, but I'll go over that with you, and maybe you guys want to do it on your own or something. Okay, let me go back and delete that out real quick. Delete that statement out. Click update, or we could preview changes, but you always want to click update after you make major changes that you know are strong. And properties. Here is the final nail in the coffin, I believe. On the home page and on the sidebars, we have these featured properties. Now they call them featured. What we call featured properties are our listings, the listings of the brokerage. The featured properties that the theme thinks are featured properties are these properties here. Okay? And so what we're going to do is, you can see that there is these three properties here. Now you can add new properties to this. You can edit the current properties that are there. You can change the information. Again, just go to visual, and then you can change the information that's in here. And then you can change the images that are in here. You can delete images. You can change the map information. Change the pricing of the property, the square footage, the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, how many garages, so forth. virtual tour, you can upload a virtual tour right here, virtual tour video. Oh, you guys wanted to know how to do videos as well. Let me show you how to do that in just a second. Now this is for this pre-made current existing thing right here. Okay, and when people click on this, it takes you to a page. It takes you to the page that has all of the detailed information. And they have a different way of viewing the images. Okay? Different kind of a layout here. Changes things up a little bit. You may not want these on your site at all, in which case you could just delete them out. I'll show you how to change it on the theme as well real quick. But they also have the option to search and get back to that real live search. But these are your focused pages. Now if you don't want people to go off of, let's say you have your office listings on, let's go to the home page here. Let's say you have your office listings handwritten on this, or maybe a listing that you want to sell that's maybe a $3 million house where you don't personally have the listing, but you have it featured on your site. Then maybe somebody will find it on your site and contact you to have you go show that house. Okay, so that, or you know, maybe there's a house next door to one of your listings that you want to post right here. That's where you'd want to do that. Okay, so you post that right there. And you don't want them to be able to search any other properties because you want to have them focus on that, or have to click out to get off of that. You could change this particular page. Excuse me. Yeah, you can change this particular page. I'm thinking that. You can change it so it doesn't have a sidebar. That's probably in the other settings. That's in the page settings, sorry. That's not in these. But at any rate, here's where you put up all that content information. You're probably never going to do that anyways. You probably want them to be able to continue to search for other things. Okay? Alright, so you can add a new page, add a new home. You can edit existing ones. Again, the existing ones are dummy ones, so I take advantage of playing around with the existing ones and editing them first, or you can create a new one. Preview post, of course we've got nothing in there. Hey, it already has a map set up. I don't know for where, but it does have a map. I think you'd have to edit that information. Yeah, find the address. So we could, you can enter the address right here, or excuse me, enter the address right here. Click find the address, and then when you click update, it'll save all that information when you publish this page. Okay, I may have actually created this page. Let me check on properties here. I think I did because I hit return. Yeah. So let's go ahead and click trash on that. Okay, so it's that simple to create a page. I think that's pretty much it, guys. I gave you a heck of a setting. Oh, the revolutionary slider. I'm going to do a separate video for the revolutionary slider so you can focus on that. That's a pretty heavy one. We'll focus just on creating the slider. So that concludes your training for the whole entire site. Feel free to give me a call for anything. Anytime you're on a page and you want to go to the WordPress, once you're logged in, you can just click that W and it'll open up all of your pages. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.